Imagine standing at the edge of a towering obstacle problem so daunting it feels like a wall blocking your path. It could be a career setback, a personal failure, or an unexpected crisis. Most of us see obstacles as things to avoid, barriers that stop us cold. But what if the obstacle itself is the path forward? What if the very thing standing in your way is the key to your growth, success, and triumph? This is the central message of Ryan Holiday's The Obstacle is the Way, a book that draws on the ancient philosophy of Stoicism to teach us how to turn trials into opportunities. Rooted in the wisdom of thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, the book offers a timeless framework for navigating life's challenges with clarity, resilience, and purpose. It's not about wishing for an easier life, but about mastering the art of thriving amid adversity. The book's core idea is deceptively simple. The obstacle is not something to fear or resent, it's the way. It's the raw material for growth. Holiday structures this philosophy around three interconnected disciplines: perception, action, and will. Together, they form a roadmap for transforming challenges into stepping stones. Let's dive into each, weaving together the stories, principles, and practical tools Holiday uses to bring this Stoic wisdom to life. First, the discipline of perception. How we see and interpret obstacles determines how we respond to them. 2. Often we let emotions like fear, anger, or frustration cloud our judgment. We catastrophize, assuming the worst, or we feel paralyzed by the size of the problem. Holiday argues that the Stoics taught us to strip away these emotional distortions and see things as they truly are: objective, neutral, and manageable. This isn't about blind optimism, but about disciplined realism. Take John D. Rockefeller, who faced the panic of 1857 as a young man. While others panicked, he observed the chaos with calm detachment, analyzing opportunities where others saw only ruin. By mastering his perception, he laid the foundation for his empire. Holiday emphasizes that we can't control what happens to U.S. external events like economic crashes, betrayals, or illnesses, but we can control how we frame them. Are they disasters, or are they chances to adapt and grow? Perception requires us to focus on what's within our control and let go of what isn't. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said we control our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, but not the weather, other people's opinions, or random misfortunes. By narrowing our focus to what we can influence, we free ourselves from useless worry. Holiday shares the story of a fighter pilot who, during a high-stakes mission, encountered a mechanical failure. Instead of panicking, he focused only on the immediate steps he could take, checking his instruments, communicating with his team, and executing a safe landing. This clarity of perception saved his life. Holiday urges us to practice this in daily life. When faced with a setback, pause, breathe, and ask, what can I control right now? This shift in perspective transforms obstacles from threats into puzzles to solve, but seeing clearly is only the first step. The second discipline is action persistent, disciplined, and creative effort. Holiday stresses that obstacles don't yield to complaints or half-hearted attempts. They demand bold, relentless action. He draws on the example of Demosthenes, the ancient Greek orator who overcame a speech impediment and social ridicule through tireless practice. Demosthenes didn't just wish to be a great speaker, shaved his head to avoid distractions, practiced with pebbles in his mouth, and rehearsed in front of the sea to master his voice. His obstacles became his training ground. Holiday's point is clear. Action doesn't mean reckless charging forward. It means deliberate, iterative steps, even when the path is unclear. Break the problem into manageable pieces. Take one small step, then another, and adjust as you go. Holiday also emphasizes the power of persistence. He tells the story of Ulysses S. Grant, the Civil War general who faced overwhelming odds but refused to give up. Where others saw impossible battles, Grant saw opportunities to outmaneuver and outlast. His philosophy was simple: keep moving forward, no matter how slowly. Holiday encourages us to adopt this mindset and wait for perfect conditions, or clear path. Act with what you have, where you are. This might mean working late to finish a project, reaching out to a mentor for advice, or learning a new skill to navigate a career pivot. Action isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistent effort, even when it feels unglamorous. Holiday reminds us that obstacles often reward those who keep showing up. Creativity is another key to action. When faced with a wall, don't just bang your head against it, find a way around, over, or through. Holiday shares the story of a modern entrepreneur who, when denied funding, didn't give up but instead found alternative ways to bootstrap his business, using partnerships and lean strategies to succeed. The Stoics called this aim or fata-loving your fate. Instead of resenting the obstacle, embrace it as a chance to innovate. Holiday challenges us to ask, how can this setback make me better? What hidden opportunity lies within this constraint? The third discipline is will with inner strength to endure and persist, no matter the odds. Will is about cultivating resilience, humility, and an unshakable sense of purpose. Holiday draws on the Stoic concept of the inner citadel, a mental fortress that no external force can breach. This is the part of you that remains steady when the world feels chaotic. He tells the story of Abraham Lincoln, who faced relentless personal and political trials, depression, loss, and a divided nation. Yet Lincoln's will, forged through years of self-discipline and reflection, allowed him to lead with compassion and resolve. Holiday argues that we build this inner strength through preparation, not just in moments of crisis, but in daily habits. Meditate on worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on fear, but to make yourself anti-fragile stronger through adversity. Holiday also emphasizes the importance of accepting what we cannot change. This isn't passivity, but wisdom. When a loved one dies or a business fails, no amount of action can undo the loss. The Stoics taught that true strength lies in bearing these moments with grace. Holiday shares the example of a cancer patient who, unable to cure her disease, focused on living fully within her limitations, spending time with family, finding joy in small moments, and leaving a legacy of courage. This acceptance fueled her will to endure. Holiday encourages us to practice this daily. Reflect on what truly matters, build routines that ground you, and remind yourself that you are enough, no matter the outcome. Throughout the book, Holiday weaves in stories of historical figures, athletes, generals, entrepreneurs, and philosophers who embody these principles. From Amelia Earhart, who turned societal barriers into fuel for her aviation feats, to Steve Jobs, who used his ousting from Apple as a catalyst for reinvention. These examples show that the obstacle-least way philosophy isn't theoretical, it's practical and universal. Holiday also grounds the book in Stoic exercises, like negative visualization, preparing for setbacks by imagining them, and practicing self-discipline through small, intentional discomforts like fasting or taking cold showers. These habits build the mental muscle needed to face larger challenges. The beauty of the obstacle is the way lies in its call to agency. Holiday doesn't promise a life without problems, promises that problems are the raw material for greatness. By mastering perception, we see obstacles clearly. Through disciplined action, we chip away at them. With unbreakable will, we endure and grow stronger. The book's message resonates because it's not about external success alone, it's about who you become in the process. You don't need to be a Roman emperor or a billionaire to apply these ideas. Whether you're facing a tough job market, a personal loss, or a creative block, the Stoic principles Holiday outlines offer a universal toolkit dot as you stand before your own obstacles. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Don't shy away from the challenge. Don't wish it were easier. Instead, see it, act on it, and endure it. The obstacle is not your enemy, it's your teacher, your forge, your path to triumph. Embrace it and let it shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined.